I've been selling on Amazon Canada for the past 4 years, and I've grew this to a $2 million business. And my biggest problem, and probably yours too, was wasting hours sourcing products I was not allowed to sell. Ungated, restricted, just straight up dead ends. Now that just changed, and I'm gonna show you exactly how to find 30% and plus ROI products that you're allowed to sell in Amazon Canada. Quickly, before I show you exactly just the softwares you need to get this party started, let me just tell you why you should listen to me. I sold 1.9 million in the past 4 years, almost 50,000 units. You can see like my little room. I do this from my house. I'm not this big warehouse professional guy. Something that you can do. All you need is one room to make this actually happen. And I started in a job, felt I was trapped in. I started small. I hustled my way out of it. You can see in 2022, I was part of a support group where I was talking about growing my revenue from 4,000 to 5,000. And now we're doing 2 million in the past, like the history of our business. So it's pretty impressive to see where I was able to come from and to show you how you can start sourcing like me. You just need 3 softwares, guys. It's really lean. You need SellerAmp, right? Which is going to be our fancy little calculator here. It's going to tell us exactly how profitable we are. We're going to be using Keepa, and this is the really big changer here is CanFlip. So when we're using Keepa Product Finder, which I'm going to show you in 2 seconds how to use, we're getting an overlay showing us green and yellow what we're allowed to sell and what we need approval on, so we can completely skip what we need approval on and only focus on products we're allowed to sell. So that's all you need, guys. You'll have in the description a link to each tool, CanFlip, SellerAmp, and there's free trials for both of them on top of that with Keepa alongside that. So let's go over to Keepa.com and show you exactly a filter you can use to start today with CanFlip to start finding products that are ungated. All right, welcome to Keepa.com. This is where we're going to find all our leads. Now, remember, you need SellerAmp and you need CanFlip. You'll find both in the link in the description. We see CanFlip is already showing up here on the right-hand side. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to click Pro and you're going to click Product Finder. This is going to give us essentially every single Amazon product that exists. We're going to be able to filter it down and find exactly what we're looking for. So there's a million filters we can do. This is the one I suggest to start with. I want you taking Amazon out of stock. We do not want to compete with Amazon. We do not want to find products that Amazon is also selling, certainly as a new seller. Another thing I really like doing is putting the buy box at a minimum of 20 bucks. Listen, I'm in the business of making money, and making 30% on a $10 product is not enough for me. I want to make at least like $6, you know what I mean? But that's not enough. We still have 83 million products here to filter down. So let's scroll down a bit. I'm done with that section up there. Let's choose a category. Something I really been liking sourcing recently is tools and home improvement, but you could do any category that you want, whatever you feel is around you, your competitive advantage, go ahead and take that. You could really do this technique in any category you want. This brings us down to 6 million products. It's obviously still way too much. Something that we're going to do is we're going to keep scrolling down and we're going to go attack the total offer count. I'm going to want minimum 2 FBA sellers on this listing, which we're going to be able to go here, new FBA offer count. Let's put 2 and let's put a maximum of 8. Because in Canada specifically, you don't want listings with a crap ton of sellers on it. And this already brings us down to 42,000 products. Still a lot of products to look at. There's one more key filter I'm going to show you guys that we can put in to really start changing the results. I actually lied. There'll be 2. For new sellers, I want you guys finding, you can do Control F and just put variations. I want you putting no variations. Just for the beginning, it's going to help you a ton with trying to read Keepa graphs, and already took out like 20,000 products. And the last one that I'm going to put is if we scroll all the way back up, this is one of my favorite filters here. And we scroll to the right, drops days percentage. I want a maximum of 15. This is saying I don't want the price to drop more than 15% in the past 30 days, which should give us some stable pricing. Now, we have 4,000 products. Now, normally when we would open this up, we would have a list and we would have to open up every single one and see if we're ungated. But now when we click find product, and since we have CanFlip, it is going to read line by line and see what we're allowed to sell and what we're not. Everything that is gated means I can sell it. So imagine getting onto this list and having to open up the first 7 products just to see that it's gated, 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 gated. Instead, what we can do is we could click our little dashboard here and we could click the need approval button and it's just going to completely erase it. Same thing with restricted. I only want to see the sellable products. So what we'll do is we'll scroll back up and we're going to Also, click this little Google it button, right? What does it do? It just opens up the Google page and puts exactly the name of the product there. I know that when I purchase something, I want to buy at around half the buy box price. That's typically what I'm going to buy things for. If I see something is $299 and I press Google it, with high cost of goods sold items, the formula is not always it has to be half. So if we click into this, we see we can get it for $198. So if that piques our interest, we could just now click the Amazon link and go straight to the Amazon page. And this is where we're going to be able to use SellerAmp to go and determine, is this pricing actually something that's worth it? At $198, we got to make sure, is it still the M18 Fuel Compact Impact Wrench? Here we have an M18. Impact wrench looks like a very similar products, looks like the same. We maybe have to do a little bit more due diligence, but at $198 we're already looking at a potential product that is 26% ROI, but making $51 profit. You know what I mean? With 200 monthly sold. We would have to do some due diligence, make sure that this is the right product. It comes with everything. But just to go and show you, the first product we press Google with, we're already potentially finding a lead. But I feel like that was way too quick. So as we go down, we've already seen Milwaukee on sale at a pretty good price here. So when we have $162.99, again, let's press Google it. Can we get it in the $80, $90 range? First, we got to make sure that we're getting the same product here. This looks like a whole kit, whereas the Google search, the kit comes at like $278. Home Depot here, the kit doesn't seem to be the same type of product, so we could just move on to the next one. That's the beauty of the Google it button. We're not wasting time anymore going into the Amazon page. We can just do everything from Keepa Product Finder and accelerate our sourcing like crazy. Like this Klein tool page. And what's cool is you hover over the image, you get to see the nice image of the picture. You go, okay, $87. Let me try to find this around $45. If I can't, right, the pricing is insane, I'm just going to move on to the next one. I'm not wasting time anymore. One, I get to see, I already know that it's ungated and I already know I can get it for a profitable price. So let's just keep on moving on and only look at those green products. Here, $29. I need to get this for like around 15. I know Frugo is not a good website. Everything else is way too expensive. We're on to the next one. I know this seems fast, but this is how sourcing should be. It should be quick. We have another Milwaukee product, $57.84. We Google it. Prices are pretty similar to the ones that are being sold on Amazon. So this is just not something that I'm going to want to really entertain as much. So as we keep scrolling down here, there's the bot in the past month just keeps on going up. So our types of products that we can find could potentially just be better and better. So as I scroll down here, 3M mask, $52.99. Let's Google it. Again, nothing that we have. This $30.99 is interesting if it's the same product, but I don't think it is. Now, you could clearly see here that the blue is a little bit different. In terms of the title, 3M Rugged Comfort Quick Latch. Is that what we're getting? We don't have, it might be the same, but again, let's open up the Amazon page. The fact that we're so efficient and we do this so quick, we could take some time to investigate here. So $30.99 would be a little bit too expensive, would put us at a 6% ROI. Even if the price does go back up to $55, we're still looking at around 15%. So this isn't our best product, but we're finding already some pretty good potential products to look at given this new sourcing technique, only looking at products we're allowed to sell. So Honeywell here, $62.98. Let's open this up. We're looking for in the $20 range. We have Honeywell here, but we want to make sure that the picture matches, right? Right off the bat, I don't see a picture that really tells me that I'm finding the similar products. What we could do here is just remove everything essentially except for the main keyword we want to see, and we could just open up the first product here. Doesn't seem like it's shipping to Canada. So sometimes that's how it's going to be, right? We're not always able to find a purchasable product. This looks to be similar, but the pricing is way too high. So we're not going to waste much more time than that. We're going to already go on to our next one. Here, a product that sells 100 times a month. $23 is not that expensive. We need to get it at a really good price. Here we got $15.19 and then $15.90 and also $5.19 from the same website. I'm gonna assume it's a sizing. Yeah, here we go. We have 4 ounce, 16 ounce. I'm gonna assume we're looking here for the 16 ounce bottle. Let's open up, see what the data shows. So we can actually see the buy box is a little bit more expensive than 16 because there's actually delivery here. So the buy box actually shows more closer to $24. And according to Tenequip, if we buy 24 of these, we're able to get them for $15.11. We can even probably get this down if we were aggressive enough to $14.47, but we'll keep it at the $15.11 here. So we do need to rise our price, and unfortunately, it's not going to be profitable even at $15.11. We would need this a little bit higher. That's why I like buy boxes a little bit more expensive. Just gives us a little bit more room to get cheaper products. But that's okay. It's all part of the game, right? We have another Milwaukee product. We had good luck with it, so why not try it again? We need to get this $80 to $100 around. So we're able to get this for $78. Again, is it the exact same product? Let's open up the Amazon page, get a little bit more confirmation. It's an M18 18 volt. Here, it's an M12. So you see how we need to be careful with the wording on products. It's really, really important. Now, when titles are big like this, I do like to just take it out pretty much everything except for what we need, and that gives us a little bit more expensive products, probably a little bit more expensive than the actual Amazon listing themselves. But that's, again, part of the game. We do this enough time, we're gonna hit. Our first product that we hit was fantastic, and now we've on a little bit of a bad luck streak, but we might have found our first product here. On the Amazon listing, it's $34.21. The price history is pretty much always around that. We've already had syndication that it's selling for 40 times a month. Now the thing is this is hazardous, dangerous, good. That's the beauty of using SellerAmp. It is going to tell us things like this. Now this is an FBM lead, a fantastic potential FBM lead to start selling, because if we can get it from this website for $15.45 here, it's returning around $6. So the problem is we probably won't be able to send this FBA given the fact that it's a dangerous good. But if we would be, this would have been a fantastic product. And if you FBM, this is a fantastic product found via CanFlip. But again, it's not an FBA product. And I want to make this video as long as we find our first, except for that first Milwaukee product, our first lead, so you can get a realistic look on how fast it truly is. And the fact that we're hitting into products that are actually not that profitable. I'm doing this live to show you that not every product is a hit. This product, $85. Again, this is not looking like the most promising lead. Let's just move on to the next one right away. We have another Wayman here, $59.37. So this is purple. Looks like we can get it from Wayman here, maybe Canadian Tire. So Canadian Tire doesn't look like the same product at all. It needs to be purple. So looks like this product may just not exist because it's on Wayman.com. But in terms of in Canada, doesn't seem like we're able to actually find this thing here. So let's do one more thing. It's a Granite stone sealer spray. So let's only put that into the description, see what comes out. We have quartz, we have Granite cleaner. This one seems to be blue, while the other one is purple. It is a little bit worth investigating here. I am curious, because if this were to be the exact same product, so this is a daily granite and stone cleaner. This is a granite and stone sealer, right? So fortunately not the same product, and we really are having a hard time finding this here in Canada. So I'm not going to waste much more time on this, even though I really feel like if we could find this product selling to Canada, it would be a steal. Now, I might have just found something here, granite and stone shiner, but it's not a sealer, fortunately. So I think I did the torn with this. Let's just move on to the next one. Even though it did look promising, I'm going to have to skip it. So here we have Stanley. I've already did this lead in the past in another video. It is profitable. Let's skip it for now. I want to give us the most realistic look here at finding profitable leads. So here I'm going to skip. It doesn't have an actual brand name. RV water filters. Water filters with pools coming up right now is a tendency. So we can open it up quickly. I don't think I'm going to be able to finding it. Yeah, it's same price right away. Let's just move on. Here, this name looks a little Chinese, to be honest, and I have nothing against Chinese, but Chinese products, not the best to sell on Amazon themselves. Klein tool, we didn't have that great luck with it before. Again, pricing. The beauty about the Google It button, we don't need to waste time going into Amazon, guys. We see the price is $44.99. We go here and it's in the 30s. We're never going to be able to sell this for a profitable price. We're looking for around half the price that it shows for the buy box. So we have another Milwaukee product. Is this going to be the one that is going to save us, find the product that is profitable? Doesn't look like to be on sale here. An M12 half drill. Again, Home Depot probably has this for a little bit more expensive. We had found it from Tenequip before. So what happens if we write Tenequip here? Will Tenequip actually carry this? look at that. Is this the actual same product from Tenequip at $108? But even at that, it's still way too expensive. We'd be looking at this in the $60 range. So on to the next one, right? We have a safety harness. Now, we don't have a brand name here. That's something that is to note. No brand name in the title. I don't want to sell it. Here we have Orca. Is a brand name. We're looking for $20-ish. From Walmart. No, nothing right away from Orca. So we're moving on to the next one. A video that's going to take a little bit more time to find our first profitable product, but I'm hopeful that we can get it inside 20 minutes and make it entertaining for you. So here we can see that Klein is available out there, but just consistently we're finding prices that are just not realistic. So from now on, the point of the video, I'm not clicking Klein tools anymore. It's just not sustainable for me, right? So this next one here, I'm not going to click it. I want to move on. I want to get to a profitable product quicker. Now this is funny. Seems to be like a beauty product found its way in to a not the right niche at all. We could actually see it at $20 and it being sold for $38. So let's open it up. Even though we're not in the right niche, we should be looking for products that are in the construction niche here. But I call it luck of the draw, right? For 454 grams. Here, how long? It's 16 ounces. So let's do 16 OZ in grams. So we're looking at the same amount of grams here. Advanced Repair Cream, dry to very dry. We got Complete Repair Moisturizing Cream. We have, is right in the middle. Is this also the one? It seems like to be a new look here, but the same exact product. We can see the intensity is the exact same. It's pretty much right in the middle. It seems to be at $19.99. Guys, it looks like a pretty good product here. We're just about 30% ROI, a little bit under, making $4.72. The buy box is a little bit high right now. Monthly sold, though, is pretty attractive. Thing is, if the price were to tank a little bit, it would become a little bit less attractive as a product. But if the price were to go back to the 40s, right, if we'd be close to $41.99, we'd be in the 30% range. So we're around 16 minutes in. It's funny because we were looking at the wrong category, but we already found another product. So if you want to find more products like this, you can join my free Skool Academy. There's a link in the description. You could pretty much join. There's a free course in there. It brings you A to Z, how to source, and everything I do alongside. You want to ask me questions, you can do it there. I'm there every single day answering your questions. So get CanFlip, get Skool, and I'll see you in there to see how good your leads are truly are.